Well, what a year it's been. Before our last major Giving Sunday, nearly 18 months ago now, the PCC stood outside this very building and prayed and placed here on the floor cash, cheques and pledges, each playing their unique part to see the vision for the city, the Salt House, become a reality. It was nowhere near enough in terms of the total amount needed for this place, but that costly generosity, followed by that of many of you, which followed throughout the day, helped create a seedbed in which we'd see God's provision grow and multiply and bring us to the point today where phase 1 of the build is completed and we can really gear up to bring salt and light to this city and beyond. And then, of course, we all know what happened in March. And as a church, we were able to respond quickly through Love Your Neighbour, and we're now providing food parcels, working through local schools to over 80 children and 60 adults, as well as providing support in other ways such as phone friends. People's costly generosity to kickstart this response has been incredible, such that we've now received funding to sustain and develop this work into the months ahead. Today is our APCM and our Giving Sunday, and as we look forward to the next 12 months, there's again an opportunity but also an urgency for us to come together. Over the last 6 months, some of it due to COVID and the effect that has had on people's incomes, we've seen a slight reduction in our income. And at the same time, we've been able to offset this with grant funding and by reducing our ministry expenditure while we've been in lockdown. Given the circumstances, thanks to your continued generosity, it's all been just about manageable for this year, though we're currently in need of another 15,000 to see us through to year end. And so today, we're inviting each one of you, Vicky and I included, to prayerfully consider how God might use you and how you can play your unique part in seeing us not just cover the 15k needed before the end of this year, but also investing in an additional 35k into next year. For example, in the Mental Health Crisis Cafe, a partnership with the NHS and other churches starting later this month for the provision of debt advice and employment support, in working more closely with schools and families through the relationships established through Love Your Neighbour, and in continuing to meet and develop the Salt House as a resource for this city. And of course, in the next 12 months, we'll have planted out twice, once locally and once in Grimsby, sending the teams out with our best, with our blessings and with our resources to help see transformation elsewhere. You know, year after year, what has seemed unmanageable has become manageable as we see God's faithfulness. This invitation to give is not actually about amounts or bottom lines, though they're important, but you see God will do the maths necessary. Now this is about us partnering with God and seeing His kingdom come, recognizing everything we have is His anyway, and sowing small seeds of generosity that in faith we believe He'll multiply into lives and communities being transformed. Thank you, thank you, thank you.